day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all music lovers from across the globe. My name is Hafeestonova. Welcome to another episode of the Cha Cha Let's Talk Music series on the Cha Cha Music Review Podcast. Now I do it now. We just get to talk about music, and music. And yes, I'm not going to be alone on the podcast. I have a lovely guest. And like they used to say, my guest is all the way from the abroad. Yes, so your boy has gone international. For those of you that know what I'm talking about. So you know me now, I don't talk too much. I'm just going to allow my guest, to introduce ourselves.
Hafeestonova, this your intro is heavy. Hey, you don't feel. My name is Sadia. Hey listeners, my name is Sadia and I'm a music lover and I am the host of Loud Thoughts with Sadia, the podcast. So let's keep it short. And I'm so happy to be here. Hafeestonova.
I rightly mentioned that you are from the abroad. I don't want my listeners to feel as if I'm lying. Tell them your location, please. I want them to know that Cha Cha has gone international.
You go fear, Avego. This one is mini abroad though. Why in Australia, Sha? We did Australia, the bushfire place and all of that. But that's where we are.
You sure don't cross border.
You don't come out, you don't jackpot.
Keep listening to Cha Cha by Hafeestonova. Do not turn it down.
Sadia, before we go into, any discussion at all, before, like I rightly said, this is the Cha Cha Let's Talk Music series, and what we'll be doing is we'll just be talking about everything and anything that is related to music. Do you understand? And like you rightly said, you're a music lover, so let's start from there. What drew you to listening to music?
Does anyone really have something that really draws them to music or something? Because for me, if you can say from birth, from the womb itself, I didn't become a big lover of rap until later on, when I became more conscious of who I am. From primary school days, the musics that were songs that were all around were things that I was always vibing to. Just always loved music. I'm one of those people that feel like I don't have a favorite musician. You get what I mean? My greatest enemy could drop a song tomorrow and I'll listen, because that is the power of music. If it's a good music, I will vibe to it. So it's hard for me to have that one musician that would say, you're my best musician in the world. It can't happen.
While you were doing the introduction, you mentioned rap music. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of difficult conversating with a girl or a lady rather, and you hear her talk about rap music. So how did you go into rap? I mean, what's up with that? Why rap of all genre of music?
First things first, right? I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with the whole ladies don't listen to rap thing. I don't know. I don't think it's 100%. I don't know. I don't think it's a fact though. But that is for me, it's like I said, I started as a just normal love for music, good music. In secondary school, music that were all over, songs that were all over were the songs that I was doing. But with time, there were other songs that I realized that I feel like I could, they were resonating more with me. There were songs that I feel like the lyrics were powerful, and somehow it was a way that I was able to kind of raise my political consciousness and just all around just become more aware of myself. And I got those in a lot of rap songs. And of course, I'm not going to claim like I've been doing it for years, but yeah, I have been here for years. And the way I'm sounding, they'll think I'm a rapper, but I did rap a little bit for a while as well. I may just chip that in. In uni, I did quite a little bit of ciphers, not a little bit, just a little bit of 1 or 2 ciphers here and there. And for my maybe roommates, just performed a little bit, but it just happened with just growing, or maybe I'm a weird person. At some point, I just realized that some of these songs were just really much things that I could relate to it, and like that, I just found myself just transitioning into a lover of rap music, and I've been a lover since then. But I'm a lover of good music, like I said. But
Mm.
rap does it for me. There's so much truth, there's so much passion, there's so much energy that not a lot of people would understand. So yeah.
Growing up,
Mm.
when you were a kid and all that, who were those artists, those rappers that you were listening to, that you were vibing to? Let's streamline it down and let's just say, who were those female rappers,
Okay.
that you were vibing
So
to?
basically, and if we're talking female MCs now, we all know MCs are not that
Yeah,
many. So if we're looking Ninja, we all know Sasha P now, First Lady. Sasha P,
yeah, the
Buki.
first lady.
Then my favorite was Blaze. Many of these
Mm-hmm.
people, I would say Blaze. Oh
Woo!
my
Blaze,
God,
Blaze,
I remembered
Blaze.
her, and I was like, I'm getting goosebumps again, and I just want to know where she is. Like, where is she right now, please? But there were not many of them. Weird MC. Who else can I think of? Chemistry.
The fact that you mentioned chemistry right now does bust my brain. Like, like I'm serious. Like, I won't lie to you. I'm not saying this, to insult or to throw shades at anyone, but I can bet with you that 50% of
No
people that listen
chemistry.
to rap
Yeah,
music
that's true.
don't know who chemistry is as a rapper.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, you say chemistry, I feel like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this
Honestly,
is.
I remember these people, and I'm like, goodness, I miss the good old days. Honestly, I still very much miss the music from those days. It was like the mid 2000s or so. They were like for me, they were like the best time in music.
I mean, I won't lie to you right now. I know that I'm talking to one
Oh shit.
renowned, rap knowledgeable. No, I'm no, I'm serious. I'm serious because like I rightly told you from the beginning, there's this perception or this idea that Nigerian girls, yes, let me use that word, that Nigerian girls, don't do rap music. They are all about the rhythm and blues, the slow songs and all that. So when you see a Nigerian girl that is talking about rap music and goes not just talk about rap music. I mean, we can talk about Sasha, we can talk about Weird MC, because those are like
Yeah.
the two household names that we know in rap. Again, you mentioned Blaze, you mentioned chemistry. That chemistry still bust my brain. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even.
And if you notice these ladies that I'm talking about, specifically Blaze and Chemistry, it's not like they really have
Yeah.
many tracks like
Mhm.
that. No, they probably featured a few projects.
Exactly,
Yes, no, they were not, yeah.
exactly.
So they were not very, very like And again, if you are that hardcore, if you're that hardcore, it's really difficult to really become a household name. And we're seeing it play out. It's evident with our
Yeah.
rappers generally right now. So how many people know our hardcore
Mhm.
rappers in Nigeria, both female or male? We all know the commercial ones. We all know the popular ones that are able to, communicate with us in a language that we understand better, and just the ones that people say they are sellouts. But let's let's leave that conversation anyways.
Let's just dive into that conversation. You've started it. Don't let me kill the energy.
Yeah.
Let's carry the energy like that. So, like you rightly said, a lot of people don't appreciate, let me use that word, appreciate, the hardcore rappers that we have in Nigeria. If you've not done commercial rap songs, people don't really take you, serious. Me for one, I'm a lover of hardcore rap. I mean, yes, of course, there are times I want to groove and I want to vibes, you understand? But then again, just give me the hardcore rap. So what do you think? Because the way I see it now, and once again, I'm also not saying this to shade anybody or to insult anybody, but I see it as Nigerians, we are being hypocritical, in the sense that a lot of Nigerians will listen to J. Cole, they listen to Jay-Z, they listen to Eminem, they even listen to Busta Rhymes. And then it's time for you to listen to maybe someone like AQ or someone like Vector or someone like even Blaze and Chemistry, and I'll say these guys are hardcore. I mean, I don't get it. So what exactly do you think is our problem as Nigerians when it comes to hardcore rap?
Honestly, if I'm to speak on this here, I honestly think it's the general complex that we have, and we apply to a lot of things as people. Generally, Nigerians would do foreign things more. Honestly, that's just the only way I say it. It's the only explanation I have for it. because I think I remember I still had a conversation on my podcast some time ago where we were talking about, accents and things like that. Anything foreign is something would naturally, we'll find, we tend to naturally
Yeah,
just move towards that. And I remember then, when J. Cole released his is it KOD album or what's it called? And it was in Nigeria like 2 weeks after. And
yeah.
people were
Kids
really
and Joe.
amazed at how
Mm-hmm.
everyone knew the lyrics. And they were, it was one of the time this conversation came up that why is it that everyone knows these new songs, this new album, people know the lyrics to these songs, but our hardcore rappers are there and people aren't really vibing with them. How many people even know these people by their names? Talk more of even listen to them. You mentioned AQ. I
Exactly.
do. How many people know Boogie? But we know and we listen to, J. Cole. J. Cole's actually like one of my favorite guys. So I'm trying to like not shoot myself in the leg right now. But hey, honestly, the only explanation I have for it is, anything foreign would always sell to us. Our local guys, we're all guilty of this thing because I feel like a lot of our artists in general now, rappers or no rapper, they don't get enough credit for the hard work they put into their music. We're all guilty of this thing. Me and
Yeah.
you would rather download the song than actually buy. Honestly, don't blame those people that sell out. I'm sorry. I'm not. Do you get? If they, even if I don't even want to be among those people calling people
Mm-hmm.
sellouts. It's survival. It's adaptability. I also believe in
Exactly.
I believe in
Exactly.
diversification and versatility as well. You get? If you can do, if you can do commercial and say money go come in for you, please do. Also satisfy the ones that are, big supporters of your hardcore. Do for us too, and do commercial too. We go vibe to you have to feed. You have to survive. You can't just be putting all this hard work in the name of speaking your truth and not getting enough credit. So I don't blame those that were calling sellouts, honestly. Even Vector, we can't put him hardcore. He too in they do in between now. You compare them, if you compare these people's careers, the people that were claiming hardcore guys and our commercial guys, you can see the
Mm-hmm.
difference. So I'm not, you get, I can't even blame
Yeah, of
anyone that
course.
is going in between because I feel like we have the hardcore ones, we have the sellouts that have completely sold out, and then we have the ones that are in between. They give us hardcore, they give us, MITs like that. So I would vibe
Yeah.
with
Somebody
you.
like
The
that.
music would always be good music, and it's the power of music would let's just support them the best way we can. So I'll vibe with you any way you want to go, man. I don't blame you if you have to sell out.
See as yarning just dey sweet for my ear. The Cha Cha Let's Talk music series with Hafeestonova. Hey God, conversation with the boss brain.
Was trying to keep up with the female MCs of these days because after that first generation of the Blaze and the Lights, and then it was Eva,
Yeah.
and then there was Muna for a while, and then there was Kel, and then who I think Seon, and who else do I know? The only person I know that has been putting in hard work before I stopped keeping in touch with her was Miss Keys and Eva. It's always, I feel it's a lot harder for the women.
Lily right
No,
now, I
Lily's
don't
not
think
doing
Eva is
anything.
even doing rap. She has literally stopped rapping completely. Miss Keys is still doing her thing, but I think I won't lie to you. I think she's the only female rapper that I know. I know there are few others, but none of them is gaining that attention more like. And even I feel like even Miss Keys is not gaining the attention that she's supposed to be getting, because at this point in time I don't think there's any person that can contest with her. We are talking about
Yeah.
the new school female rappers, so I feel like she should build and dominate just the way Sasha did in her period. You are the only one in the industry, nobody is giving you any competition. Why not join forces with some of these big guys and just at least put out an album, let it be in your name? Because no matter how hard we talk about Eva not doing rap again, we understand that Eva still gave us an album. And on a regular
Yeah,
day, when Eva
she
decides to
comes through.
spit,
She
Abba,
does come
we know she
through.
spits fire. Yesterday night, I was actually just surfing online to see if I can get new rappers. I just want to see which new female rappers, and then it hit me. They are not. I can't really find any. I really don't understand
My
why it is
brother,
like that with the female.
my brother told me
Why? I
recently
mean,
about Flo. I've never seen her work, but he mentioned Flo.
okay,
I think that's PHLOW. That's what I remember. I've never seen anything she's
okay.
put out. And do you remember Splash?
I don't know what happened to Splash. I mean, I thought she was the I thought she was the
Fino.
female.
Yeah,
Should I say the female
yeah.
ill blue or the male Fino?
Everything's the same. And
I was really, really feeling our vibes,
if
but I don't know what happened to Splash anymore. I can't.
if we're going to be completely
It's
honest,
amazing.
music industry itself, like we've
Mm-hmm.
established, is hard. Is harder
Yeah.
for rappers. Now, the industry is dominated by men, and we all know that
Yeah.
sexism, patriarchy is always going to play its part. It's going to be 10 times harder for a female rapper. That I know for a fact. It's going to be 10 times harder for a female rapper. So, hey, there's I feel like except the industry has gotten to a place where there's so many structures in place, and artists get all of the support they need. We're still going to be having this. It's always going to be a struggle, and double struggle for the women.
Can I, just disagree with you a little bit about being harder? I mean, if we're talking about the 2000s, the 1990s, we could say yes, it might be harder. But then again, I keep going back to Sasha, because there's no way you want to talk about rap music in Nigeria right about now that you won't talk about Sasha when it comes to the female aspect. And Sasha came out in a period where you had the likes of LD, you had the likes of even Mode 9 was out then, Terry the Rap Man was out then, and she still dominated the game. She might not be above all those rappers, but then again, she could stand on her own and go toe to toes with those rappers. And back then, we know how difficult it was. I mean, if you wanted to listen to a Sasha song back then, you have to either listen to one radio station and another, or pray that one television station show a video and all that. But these days, I feel like it should be much more easier, for female rapper, unless maybe the power that be in the music industry do not believe in the female rappers anymore. Because like you rightly said, we've mentioned Sasha, we've mentioned Buki, we've mentioned Blaze, we've mentioned Chemistry, we've mentioned Kel. I mean, these were rappers that when they were there, they were on fire. You could not write them out. You understand? So maybe, just maybe, the powers that be in the industry do not raise female rappers anymore. I don't want to believe. Yes, of course, it's going to be hard. I mean, being a female rapper and all that. But then again, if you compare what is happening in America to, if you just take a little bit and go foreign, we've seen the likes of Nicki Minaj, the likes of Cardi B. I mean, people love, these rappers. Aside from what they, aside from their rap flows, the fact that they are female and they are endowed, you know what I'm saying? So I think if Nigerian female rappers, if they can step up their game, I want to believe that yes, it's hard, but if they can step up their game, I think it's going to be easy for them also. Because I just want to say that this new set of female rappers that are out there, I don't think they're trying enough.
That Cardi and Nicki conversation is a whole different conversation. But I wouldn't necessarily agree that they're not putting in enough work, honestly. Remember in those days of Sasha and the likes, I don't think the competition was this crazy. Now, the streets is literally filled with people with talent that you'd be blown away. It's not a matter of I can it's not a matter of I can rap or I'm good right now. It's the street is literally littered with people that are like good. So now it's a whole different ball game right now. It's a whole lot crazy. It's a whole lot competitive, and I mean, even generally, music industry is suffering. Rap industry is suffering. You can't expect a woman in that industry to have it easy when it's dominated by people that don't look like her. It can't work. It's not going to be easy. No, not like it's an excuse, not like why it's yeah. Yeah, but we
Yeah, I
have to
get,
also
I get.
acknowledge that that is a major, 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 major factor.
All right, Sadia, I want to say it's
Please
been
don't
a
tell me we've come to an end.
lovely,
Are we?
lovely, lovely.
I honestly can have this conversation till the end of next year. Oh my God! I haven't even.
Okay, don't worry. What we are going to do is we are going to fix a part
Abi,
two. This is just going to be a part one. We'll come back, and because trust me, I can also
because we
have this
haven't even
conversation to
touched the
the end
guy.
of
So I'm remembering a couple of people right now, and my head is just going nuts. Like, wait, do you remember Gino? Oh my God!
yes, of
Oh
course, of
my
course, no be
God!
God.
Ah, I missed the 2000s. Great music came out that made that season, that era. No,
Don't worry. This is what we are going to do. Yeah, we are going to have definitely we are going to have a second recording, and we are going to talk about so many other things that we've not spoken about today. Definitely we are going to do that. I mean, even right now I'm enjoying the conversation with you, and I don't even feel like stopping. But then again, it is what it is. We just have to come to an end. But before I let you go, so I'm just gonna ask you this, just from the top of your head right now, which Nigerian rapper are you feeling right now? Just mention like three that you're
right
feeling,
now,
that you vibe with.
I wouldn't want to go with the usual guys that I've always
Mhm.
vibed with. Emma, Vector, Mood 9. I'll go
Okay.
with AQ, Poe, Classic. Let's see who else. Probably Boogie. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's about it. On top of
Okay.
my head, I really can't. I hope I've not forgotten somebody else that I love so much. But yeah, that's about it.
Before you go, just quickly once again, tell about your podcast and how they can get to listen to your podcast and all that.
Okay, so my podcast is called Loud Thoughts with Sadia. Sadia spelled Sadia, and on all social media pages, not all though, Instagram and Twitter. You can get the link from the page, which is at Pod Loud Thoughts. So Pod POD Loud Thoughts. Thank you for having me again. Please listen. Oh, I'm selling my market here. Oh, I'm pushing my whatever. Oh. Please listen. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that, I have come to the end of another episode of the Cha Cha Let's Talk Music series on the Cha Cha Music Review Podcast with yours truly, Hafeestonova. You already know my name hasn't changed and it will never change. Till I come your way with another episode, I say thank you and one love.
See as yarning just dey sweet for my ear. The Cha Cha Let's Talk Music series with Hafeestonova. Hey God, conversation with the boss break.